Hey guys, how it's going? I'm back with my Thunder Family deck profile that you recently seen in the Speedos. If you haven't, I recommend you check them out. Some pretty good plays. I'd just like to say before I get in deck profile, this deck is so good. I love this deck. It is a standard tier 2 deck in my opinion. Standard tier 2 deck. So anyway, I'll go through the deck profile and also explain my choices along the way. One Thunder King can only run one, which is a shame. It should be at two, at least, in my opinion. 3 Thunder Seahorse, need to run it, pretty obvious. I run Violent Prisma in this build, 2 Violent Prisma. It's slowly starting to become a stable in Thunder Family. But yeah, 2 Violent Prisma, 3 Math, 3 Part Obvious, 1 non-S are all like practically obvious. I also run 2 Sis for recycling Thunder Seahorse, 3 card power for draw power, 3 recycling batteries, basically a salvage for Thunder monsters, 2 MST, 3 land, basically for back row hate, 3 shards, second turn Petal Greed is too good. Shard of Greed is amazing in slow decks. I recommend honestly everyone to run Shard of Greed in slow decks. And you know, if your opponent decides to MST it and you still got back row, fine, you're not too fussed. 1 Bottomless, 2 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential, 1 Compulse, pretty standard trap lineup. I don't run Solomon Morning just because I'm not a big fan of that card anymore, if I'm honest. Not a big fan. I do run it in the side, but I'm still not a big fan of it. I still run in some decks now and then, but yeah, as I said, you know, I've gone kind of off the card. The card is still good, don't get me wrong, it's just, I don't know, I feel at times just don't need it, which is weird. 2 Vanities, 2 Safe Zones. I'll explain these after I've gone through all the deck. It's a little lock that I'll explain. 2 Chains, 2 Chains. It's supposed to be 15 here, damn it, Devpro. Right, there was a Jeweled Red Dragon Archfiend. You guys all know what that is. One of, like, if not the best of weight synchro. 1 Crimson Blade and 1 Scrap. 2 Stardust Spark Dragon. Again, I explain. 1 Evil Swarm Ouroboros. I'll put this in here just because of the name, and it's a pretty good monster, you know. It's not bad. It's not bad to go. It's not a bad monster to go neg in. As to say, neg 1, neg 2, maybe. But yeah, it's not a bad monster, and the name just, you know, I have to put in. Thunder Spark Dragon. I'll put this in because, hell, why not? You know, it's a Thunder deck. Thunder Spark Dragon kind of fits it perfectly, and hasn't got a bad effect. I mean, if you guys don't know what it does, it's up here, but I'll just explain it. 3 level 4 monsters, so generic. Once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. Detach 3 XYZ materials from this card. Destroy all face-up monsters on the field. Or detach 5. Destroy all cards your opponent controls. So generally, you're just gonna detach 3. Destroy all face-up monsters. This card is pretty good against Boojins. So yeah, I'll put this in there basically for the Boojin matchup. But luckily I didn't run into stupid Boojins. 2 Omega, 1 Black Ship, 1 Dire, 2 Stylish Power Dynamo, probably the best XYZ monster in this deck in my opinion. Just amazing effect. 1 Abyss, Dweller, and 1 Cowboy for game. As you can see, I'm not running number 101 or Extinction Knight. I honestly didn't put them in. This, you know, the deck hasn't changed that much from last format. Before Extinction Knight, number 101 was, you know, it was released on Devpro and Dueling Network, etc., etc. But yeah, I honestly haven't put them in. The side deck is basically the same, but I'll go through it anyway for you guys. 2 Maxi, 1 Dark Eye, 1 Pot of Dichotomy, 1 MST, 1 Dimensional Fissure, pretty reckless greed. Honestly, I don't know why this is in the side, if I'm honest. I never side it in. I put it, you know, I guess it's that extra draw power. So, yeah. 1, eradicate epidemic virus. I would probably, see, as you can see, there's 14, so I would probably put in a crazy box or something, or probably put in the main for that. 2, luminize, pretty good trap card for light monsters. If you guys don't know what it does, I mean, you're only going to run this in a light deck. Probably the only decks you're going to see this running is probably Watts, and yeah, just Watts probably. Basically, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and I'll get rid of that for you guys. Where was I? And 1 face-up light monster you control gains attack equal to that target's attack until your next end phase. So it's pretty good. You can see why it's pretty good in Watts, but it's quite good in this deck as well, because generally most of your exceeds are light. Having said that, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 5. But those are generally the ones that you most go into, if I'm honest. But yeah, you could probably take, as I said guys, you can edit this as much as you want to your liking. This is just how I like it, and as I said, the sides from a format guy, I probably will change the side up, you know, for a bit, for this format anyway. 1 macro, them 2 should go together. And as I said, the 1 storm warning in the side deck. Now I'm going to explain the little lock. This lock is, I'm going to say this lock is the best, you know, the best ever, because it isn't, but it's great. This is why card and shard help you out, because if you can draw into the lock, you can just lock down your opponent. So basically, let's just say you have Vanity's Emptiness in your hand, and you have One and Prisma and Math, for example. Can be Path if you want, but let's just do them 2. Right, you'll see you normal summon Math, add Fates, Math effect, summon Prisma, go into Stardust Spark Dragon, pay 500 life points for this card to attach or be equipped. Equipped would probably sound better. Equip it to Stardust Spark Dragon, and basically just gains 1,000 during damage calculation. Now, Stardust Spark Dragon is basically once per turn you can target 1 face-up card you control. Once during this turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. It's once per turn during either player's turn. It's generic, so it basically replaces Stardust, because it's pointless putting Stardust in here and going, oh, I'll just negate that MST, for example, or I negate that Dark Hole, and then that dies. It's pointless, so that's why it's better in this deck. So basically, you flip up Vanity's Emptiness, and every deck nowadays special summon, so it locks them down. They can't special summon. If you guys saw it, I did it numerous of times in the replays. Probably the best one I did was against Madolches. That's why you run 2 in case they get rid of 1. The safe zone also helps, because obviously it's only once per turn, and if you use this effect to protect Vanities, he's wide open, which is why safe zone is good. And also you can use Lance as well to protect him. So yeah, that's basically the lock, the mini lock. I say, yes, the mini lock. So as I said, you know, this is how I like it. I'll probably change up the extra in the side deck sometime. But let me know what you guys think. What would you change of the deck? And remember to like, rate, and subscribe. And